Great to see you for an exploration of the manomaya kosha, continued, as a way of understanding how the Advanced Practitioner Course can make such a difference to you personally in your discovery of managing the sea of your emotions, as well as helping your students if you're teaching, and indeed, as well as helping every human being you'll ever come across. So it might be news to you, or it might not, that for every pain-filled emotion, there's a positive counterpart. Another way of saying that is life is not just a cycle from pleasure to pain. Life is a cycle from unfulfillment to completeness. For instance, if you have anger in your system, from a yoga theory point of view, that's nothing other than life force with nowhere to go. Imagine if you've got your thumb stuck over a hose and there's pressure in the hose. Where does the water go? It squirts out everywhere, doesn't it? That's anger. It's squirting out the block. If anger is present, there's a block between manipura and heart, according to yoga theory. And so energy squirts out as a desire to transform things. That's good. But it is blind and reactive. That's usually not so helpful. Conversely, compare anger with empowerment, a collaborative enthusiasm for making the change that needs to happen. No repression is a good idea in the yogic theory. Making the change that needs to happen, but wisely inviting the universe, the people around you, to create a transformation that works for everyone. That's heart, that is. That's heart empowered by manipura. So every emotion that we experience that's pain-filled has its fulfilled counterpart. So from fear of not knowing that the universe is supporting you, to the completeness, the deep, grounded, upheld, supportive, wonderful feeling that, yeah, everything is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. Those two states are a world apart, yet one is yearning for the latter. Grief, I've lost something. Yeah, it is really so painful. And I speak personally from my own experience with my parents. When they passed away, because of all the meditative processes and experiences I've done through my life, and because I used exactly what we're teaching to transform the pain-filled emotions towards their positive counterpart, I never lost my parents. Even now, I can go inside and say, "How are your mum?" And she's going, she always says to me, "Andrew, why are you bothering talking to me? Get out there and make the difference you're supposed to make." And we have quite a good dialogue inside. This is possible, and the mystics describe this route. So, of course, the human drama is complicated, and it takes a journey that's unique to each of us. But those who tread this journey universally say every step was worth it. No one can promise enlightenment, fulfillment, cessation of pain. No one can do that. But what we can do is say every step you take along the way will make a difference for you. And that's important. So, etc. Every emotion you can think of is actually, at its core, providing impulsion. It's a driver to get you towards the state of connectedness and fulfillment, which is the positive counterpart of that emotion. How special is that? I hope this gives you a new respect and a new delight in your emotions. They are a guidepost, a signal, and mighty force impelling you to head towards who you're really meant to be. Sounds good? Okay, let's put that into practice. What about we just explore anger or frustration or irritation, its younger brothers and sisters, and see how yoga can make a difference for that. My favorite is Warrior 2. So I'm not going to do it here. I'm just going to invite you to think about it and explore it yourself. When you do Warrior 2, you may notice that when you go into the posture, you increase the lumbar curvature. The wider your legs, the bigger that increase. And that's because the pelvis is tipping forward as a result of the wide leg stance. So far, so good. Now, there comes a point when your lumbar curvature gets too big for your spine. And it feels tight and your attention gets drawn down to the lumbar curvature. Now, if you ease off just a tiny bit at that moment and allow your pelvis to be in neutral position, so the lumbar in its natural curve feels like it's an open channel upwards, that's a sweet point in the Warrior Two posture. It's a very special point. And we teach you how to do this in the Advanced Practitioner Course and how that feels and then what to do once you've got to that sweet point. If you go beyond that sweet point, you're creating a block, a bandha. There's power in that. It means all your energy, it comes up and it gets stuck in that block, stuck, just like water behind a dam. And that's what bandhas are for. When you release them, the sudden extra pressure makes a difference. But it's difficult to do that well with Warrior Two. And we find that it actually works more easily if you don't create the bandha in the first place physically, but rather create it with your attention while keeping your spine an open channel upwards. Are you still with me? There you are in Warrior Two. There you are with lumbar spine, not so bent that it feels blocked, but just coming off there a little bit, and pelvis. So you can't see this. I'm deliberately not showing you so that you can work it out for yourself. So pelvis is in neutral, so spine is an open channel upwards. Then you do your Warrior Two. And so as you take your awareness down to Kundasthana, or the place just below the navel, deep inside, which is one of the main kshetrams for Manipura, for the will chakra, the solar chakra. As you take your awareness down there, it builds a natural internal bandha. As you visualize a red glow, or all the things that make Manipura strong. You might visualize a time when you were just in flow, everything was working well, and you had the strength of conviction to make things work. Whatever turns you on, literally, whatever turns that area on, you might visualize a time when your emotions were just filled with enthusiasm and ready for anything. It's fantastic stuff. There you are in the posture doing this, and then you come out of it. Spine turns vertebrae by vertebrae round to the front. Oh, it's a fantastic feeling. And as you do that, around this point, if you've let the spine rotate one vertebrae at a time from base up to top, by the time you get to heart, an opening of thoracic takes place. And suddenly, your heart energy is ready to blossom. And you've just accomplished a core transformation for feeling great in this world. You've converted Manipura energy, the energy of transformation, into something that comes from heart, which by its very nature will want to give to the world, will want to embrace the world and include the world, thus enabling you to experience enthusiasm for inviting the people around you to create the transformation you want. And that's a real warrior, isn't it? That's the lion heart. That's you in your power, making the changes that need to happen so that this universe, your world, your family, your friends are a better place, a better experience in life. So that's what we teach you in the APD course, and so much more. We actually show you how to design that whole experience so it fits perfectly what you need in your life. And not just design the feeling, but design the new power behind it and design the new knowings that enable you to walk through life thinking, yeah, the universe supports me. I know what to do around the people I'm with so that they have a good time, and so do I. So much more to share. So looking forward to being with you and walking this journey of what yoga can do together. All the very best. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.